when we're creating inner safety, inner security, it is our job if you have big T trauma, go to therapy before you do this. This is like you're at a point where you are comfortable moving emotions through your body and you know how to ground yourself. Okay, they're very important. Okay. I did a lot of personal work before I got to this point. This is not easy. This is not beginner. This is like you are at the point where you are transmuting energy through your body. If you need help getting to this point, go to therapy first and then we can do coaching to get you like moved into it. We can work through it, but you have to do the foundation where you have to be safe in your body. And if you're not, there are professional services for creating that type of safety. This is the once you are safe enough to work with yourself kind of building safety. There are levels. You got to get through the mess to start professionals, licensed professionals. When you are to the point where you are capable and safe doing it for yourself, knowing that you are safe going into the triggers, knowing that you know how to tether yourself back. That was a lot of a disclaimer. Allowing the emotion to come into the body, right? We're feeling the swell. We're allowing that swell to happen. We're allowing the story to progress. We're allowing the emotion to come. We're allowing the spirit, the fire, to come through. The air is blowing through the body, right? We're using all of the elements together. But we're remaining in, when you look at the cross, this center, this center point, spirit, okay? Being in the observer position, controlling how much air gets to the anger, how much air gets to it, what kind of air do we want in there, controlling, and we're forging, okay, to actually learn how to observe. That practice of meditation, that practice of learning how your mind works, the practice of how do I actually operate, not this trigger's coming up, how can we make this trigger safe. This is beyond that. That's how do we operate, how do we navigate this, how do we create a pattern of awareness so that when these big emotions come up, like, you know, trust and stepping into new vibrations, that and when we've done shame work, when we've done this work and gotten to this point, there's a choice to alchemize and it's very specific and it's very nuanced down to your experience and who you are as a person. To remain in that observer position and to be able to channel the energy of emotion through your body, to have the passion and the fire behind it, to allow that to transmute, to create that alchemical gold. It's a long process. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of information. There's a lot in there. The point of this video is that your thoughts can be honed. You can observe, you can see the thought come up, feel the emotion swell. You do not have to feed air to the fire. You can control how hot that fire gets. You can control how much water comes. You can allow the time period to extend so that you don't go into a state of panic, so that you stay grounded, so that you can actually hammer the steel, so you can actually hone that work that is moving through you. very specific alchemical process. That's why I put a big disclaimer about trauma work at the beginning of this. To actually hit that point where you are able to observe the emotion happening, where you are actually able to see all of the different aspects of the energies interacting, all of the suits of the tarot, to see it interacting in the moment, and to allow yourself to navigate that between space, right? That to allow the we're getting into interesting, to allow that to come down and ground into the earth and to transform and create gold and create new life, new will on earth, to then lean into trust from that position. You create the energy, you create the alchemy, you change it, and then you release the control and you just align it. Big stuff, man. If you would like help getting into knowing how you work so that you can get to the step of doing that work and working that process, I offer energetic support for like help with the Akash, the subtle frequencies within the mind. I work with that. I also do astrology and self-discovery, which is all about like how do you actually work. I do some coaching. I do nature reconnection sessions, so you can actually like receive messages, and then that way you are more able to hear what is being transmitted to you so that you kind of know what's coming through the subtle layers of your consciousness. I offer all kinds of stuff if you would like to work together. And if you're doing this work, you're doing great, man. If you understood this and made it to this point, like, bro, you've made progress. Look at everything you've done. If you're to the point where you're like ready to observe yourself, or you're doing that, if you're doing that alchemical work, holy shit, you're a badass, dude. Like, that's so cool. You're doing so good. That's crazy. I'm so proud of you. For real. Like, that's yo, how many people in this world have gotten to that stage? They've learned about alchemy, they've dabbled. How many people do that shit? If you're doing that, if you're even close, if you've done it for a second, doesn't matter if you held it, did you do it? If you did, holy shit, dude. Holy shit, that's fucking cool. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You're doing great. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. And remember that you deserve to feel secure. So create it with it. Okay? I love you. Reach out if you need to work. Okay? Bye.